I don't understand this, but it is week 8 of the high school football season. Week 8 is here. It's crazy. Week 8 is here. I I just don't get how we're at week 8. We got Matt with us on the show. Matt, what's going on, buddy?
Like you, Pat, I just cannot believe it's already week 8. We got week 9. I believe next week's the last regular week of football, right?
Yes, sir. Next week is the the regular season finale for high school football, Matt. I can't believe that next week is the final week of the high school football season. How the hell is next week the final week? How? I don't know. I really don't know.
I really don't know either, but it just shows you how fast 2024 is going by. It will be 2025 before we know it, and I'm scared.
Oh, dude, you're telling me, man. I'm in.
Yeah,
I.
we're
It's like,
already almost through the middle of the end. Already at the middle of the end of October, so we're right there.
yeah. Don't remind me, please. Do not remind me, Matt. Please don't remind me.
I mean, hey, we get through football season. Obviously, I like football, missed that, but then we get to bowling season, and I am ready
For
for that
you,
to
you
start.
like your. Yeah. You get all the bowling highlights. I'll probably do a lot of wrestling and basketball.
I will take all the bowling highlights. Give them to me. I will take all of them. Love doing it, and former bowler in high school, so I can't pass it. I can't pass it up, Pat. I'm sad football's ending, but on the bright side, I'm looking forward to the bowling season because that's on
Yeah.
the horizon.
For sure. Yeah, I'm mostly looking forward for basketball and wrestling anyway, because that's all I've been doing the past few winters.
Hey, we all have our sports we like to cover. You have your son, you have football, you got wrestling, you got basketball for the most part. I got bowling, and then I got a lot of baseball. So,
Me too. I love baseball too.
oh yeah.
Well, anyway, Matt, let's jump into these games. Let's start off. Naperville North, 42. Nequa Valley, 0.
This
Uh,
was the game I was working.
this was the game you were working. This was the game where we said, do not sleep on Nequa. Yeah, we fucked that one up big time. Oh my god.
We we jinxed ourselves on that one big
We
time.
kind of did jinx ourselves, saying that, oh, don't fuck with Nico's 1-5 record. And then, nope, they get absolutely murdered.
Yeah, they got absolutely murdered. That horrible O line for North that we talked about was nowhere to be found, and that suspect defense showed up.
Yeah, and there was a new suspect on the in the Huskies running game. Chico Thomas played some running back.
Yes, Chico Thomas did get a carry in the fourth quarter and went for a big 39-yard gain. That was his biggest highlight, but Nico kind of clamped down on him a little bit. He wasn't as flashy as he was in previous weeks. North had a lot of their other role players get involved. Brock Petaway, who's been somewhat quiet this year, he had a
Right.
big game. Nick Manzardo, I mean, who I
Yeah.
interviewed, he
It's
had
showing
himself a
that
nice
it's
game.
not just Chico Thomas and Quinn Morris.
No, no, it showed that it's more than that. North had a ton of other role players step up in this one.
I will say this though. I would probably keep Chico Thomas at running back because that running game is very atrocious for North. I will say that.
Yeah, that running game for Naperville North was nowhere to be found. I mean, they
It's
what
been
was
nowhere to
it?
be found all season long. They need to get that running game going.
I believe whoever number 13 is, the running back for North, I forget his name, right? Rashawn something.
Yeah.
That was his first rushing touchdown of the season. So, and that was
Hopefully,
yeah. Rashawn, Rashawn Blake Island, I believe that's what it said in the roster, but Rashawn Blake, I believe that's his name. Sorry if
okay.
I'm wrong, but yeah, he said I didn't interview him, but Jacob Bell said to me after the game that that was his first rushing touchdown of the season. So, and that that game got out of hand in a heartbeat. North forced an equal punt, then they took the ball and went all the way down for a touchdown. Then on Niqua's next drive, Kietrong got stripped, and that was a scoop and score for the Huskies. And then that game just got out of hand. I mean, in a heartbeat.
Brutal, man. And yeah, I was going to say, you said the Huskies took the ball down the field to score. They also took out Nico's quarterback, Keith Truong.
Yeah, Trong, I don't know what happened with him. He left for a little bit and then he came back in. I don't know if he got like shaken up or something, but their
Probably.
backup, their backup Drake Menike came in and he did not do he was okay running it. He got them in the red zone and then he went for the home run ball and threw a terrible pick. So yeah, the North defense had their way, and I think the biggest thing was that Nico offense. They are just not good this year.
Yeah. I mean, the worst year, probably the worst year ever in the Bill Ellinghouse era. And
Yeah.
yeah, I really just don't know what to say about this Nico team. I mean,
Yeah.
didn't quite expect this to be a down year, but here we are.
Yeah, here we are. They're eliminated from the playoffs now, so they just gotta I mean, you just have fun and do what you can, but I will say that this game against Mattia tomorrow night for Nico,
Holy shit.
that's gonna be an interesting one. But we'll
It's
get on
funny
that in a
too.
second.
If Mattia pulls off the upset, if
Mhm.
Mattia pulls off the upset, that would be Mattia's first ever win against Nico in football.
Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
won't be surprised if that game goes either way tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was saying before Nick was got him, and I was like, I wouldn't sleep on
No,
Mattia fully. I wouldn't
for
sleep on
sure.
them fully.
North is 5-2. With the winnable game coming up tomorrow night against Holman Flossmoor. North is a potential 6-3, 7-2 team.
They are. I'll be working their game out in Homewood Flossmoor tomorrow night, so I got to make the long drive out there. But that should be a fun one. Should be a really good game to cover.
Next game. Oh boy. Benwick 42, Bennett 7. Yeah, this didn't go well for Bennett.
No, no. We predicted Fenwick would win last week, but we did not expect it to
We
be
did not
like this.
expect this outcome for Benwick.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah, no, we did not expect that outcome at all. So, Bennett, I've said it, they are a 5-2 team, but they are a very shaky 5-2 team. And now with De La Salle forfeiting the
Yeah. If
season,
I'm Bennett, if I'm Bennett Academy, I wouldn't be comfortable with 5 wins and eligible for the playoffs. I would get that sixth win.
yeah, I would,
Especially when one of the teams you played forfeited.
yeah, that's not good. So
Now the game already happened, so it counts as an
Mhm.
actual game. But I don't. But since they forfeited, I mean, if they get in the playoffs with 5 wins, okay, that's great. But I would be more comfortable if I got that sixth win.
Yeah, so would I. I would feel
Because we've
more com
seen we've seen 5-4 teams get hosed,
Yes, we have. So if I were Bennett, I would not sleep very well knowing that you just got
but
played.
they are in 5A. They're in Class 5A this year, so they could get lucky and get in with those 5 wins. But
Yeah.
I would fight my ass off for that sixth win
Yeah.
and be
Yeah,
in good hands.
yeah, one of these next two games for Bennett has to be a win. One of these last two games of the season
Yeah,
has to be a W.
and they're not easy games.
No, they are not. They are not.
But we will touch on that soon. Next
Mhm.
one, Wabansie Valley in a close 20-19 win over DeKalb. Matt, the only good thing that DeKalb has is Devon Grant, and he put on a show last week. I mean, Nate said it perfectly in the highlight. Screw it, Grant's down there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, he's down there somewhere and he was making plays all night, but there were some very tacky calls from the referees in this one.
Oh
Mainly
yeah,
a
the roughing the passer on Popov.
yeah, on fourth
The
and
only reason why I would think they called that, and you can disagree with me if you want, is because in high school football, when the player goes down, it's automatically dead. And watching the replay, he, laid the hit. Well, he laid the tap after he was
yeah.
down.
Yeah, but he
But at
just
the same time,
but that was such a light tap. I wouldn't even call that roughing.
yeah, he
I
didn't even
would
hit him that hard. But
Yeah, I see what the ruling is, and I understand why they probably threw that flag. But come on, he didn't hit him. It wasn't like he just pile drove him. He just
it's
tapped him.
not like it's not like he did what that defender did to Josh Allen. Even though I feel like Josh Allen may have flopped a little bit, but
Yeah, he may have, but yeah, that was I don't know. That was a very tacky call that kept the
Thankfully,
bars
it didn't
in.
quite affect. Thankfully, it didn't quite affect the Warriors because they got the win 28-19. Both quarterbacks, Josh Shakirski and Michael Hodge, they did a good job slinging the ball and moving around. Like those guys did a great job under center. Watch after
Yeah.
watching the highlights.
Yeah, they did a decent job under center. Michael Hodge, I covered him a little bit in Matias and the Calves game against Niqua. Had some decent moments in that one, but yeah, it was yeah, Wabanzi, they needed this win to get themselves going.
Yeah, this Warriors team looks good. I like it. I like how they're having Josh Tinney, Owen Roberts, and Stephon Popov go both ways.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
that's how it works.
Mm-hmm. That's how it has to be sometimes.
Christian Simmons is doing the same thing,
Yep.
but much needed win for Wabanzi. They're 4-3 on the year. Now they
Mm-hmm.
need at least one more win to be playoff eligible, but I would probably get that 6 just to be safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Next one. Naperville Central 56, Batia Valley 7. I don't think we have to
Oh,
dive too much into it, but Central was missing some players last week for injuries. We got to see some new players step up. Jalen Isom got his first start in the backfield. Jermaine Kennedy had a big day. Hayes continues to get comfortable, and better. The receiving core should be back come Sandberg.
yeah, I would like to feel that for their finale or the game
Next two
against
games.
Sandberg, the next two games, they'll be back and ready to go. I mean, they have some
Yeah.
injuries, but it's not like I don't see it affecting them
No.
majorly in the playoffs.
You'll have Dylan Martin and Deshaun Williams back for sure for Sandberg. With how better Jermaine Kennedy's been, I would definitely throw him the ball. Ryan
Mm,
Downey's looked great. Vince Byrne caught a touchdown last week. Like, don't sleep on the
mm,
Central team and stuff. Now, sure, you're missing Aaron Newsbaum and Gavin Wade, but next man up. Like I said, you got not Ethan Pitlack. You got Jackson Pitlack at linebacker
yeah.
coming in, stepping up, a sophomore, which I saw coming, and then just other guys are going to have to step up. Those
Yeah.
guys are willing to play any position possible to help out their team.
Yeah, and we've seen it. We've seen Central being able to get the best out of that
Yeah,
with a lot of these guys stepping up and playing and moving around different roles. And this Red
exactly.
Hawk team has a lot of depth to it. And if even if they have some injuries going to the playoffs, I think they'll be looking pretty good for the next couple.
Yeah, for sure. They're looking so far so good. The biggest question mark is Aiden Clark.
Yeah.
It's a game time decision, right? I would say a game time decision for Sandberg. If it's still bothering him, rest him and just let
Yeah.
Jalen Isom run the ball. I like Jalen
Yeah.
Isom in the backfield. Have Clark ready for Lincoln Way East if he feels good.
Yeah.
But hard to believe that Central could be 8-0 going into Lincoln Way East. We could have an 8-0 matchup in week 9.
Yeah. Yeah, we could very, very well have an 8-0 matchup in week 9. And this Red Hawk team, obviously they're not as flashy as Lincoln Way East is, but they are still very built to get the work done. And they have proven that time and
Yeah.
time again this year.
Yeah, but we'll see who's playing tomorrow for Central and stuff. I'm expecting to see Isom start tomorrow, and if we do see Clark for a little bit, cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So do
That's
I.
good then.
Hmm.
He's a tough son of a bitch too.
Yeah, he is. We've seen him plow through time and time again. And whenever he gets healthy, I fully expect him to be just plowing right through.
And it was funny too. Back to that game, Central. It was it was a tied game at one point, dude. It was tied at 7, and then Central goes on a 49-0 run.
Oh, it was still early in the game. It was still very early in the game. And
Yeah.
that defense really clamped down
Well,
on
also
Mattia.
Central had a few, new players on offense, so they had to get adjusted. Defense had a few new players and stuff, but they adjusted well.
Yeah, they adjusted very nicely from the result.
Yep. It's just that Mattia, again, they just can't get their numbers up. That's the problem. They
No,
have great players.
yeah, they do. They just don't have the numbers to match with teams like Central or North.
Yeah. But we could see Mattia pull a big upset tomorrow night.
Again, don't sleep on the Mustangs in tomorrow night's matchup. It could happen.
For sure. And if it happens, man, oh boy.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be good for Allen House.
Mattia's got some decent players. Jake McLeod's not bad. Dominic Smith, Dylan Liner, Charles Flowers,
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Sam
not bad.
Simsheimer. They're not bad.
They're not bad. We'll just see how the numbers go up against Niqua tomorrow night.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Next one, Matt. What a game this was. Lions Township, 21. Downers North, 20. I
Eesh.
can't say I'm surprised. I really
No.
can't.
No, I mean these were a battle of two undefeated
You
teams.
all, do y'all think Downers North is the silver favorite? Don't sleep on Lions Township.
No. No, and this was a battle of people don't know this, but Lions Township went in undefeated. They went undefeated in this one.
I will say this though. Downers North, you're not going anywhere if you're going to blow 20-0 leads.
Yeah, that's not you had them by the throat right there. You're up 20-0. How
You
can
pretty
you
much had the lion tamed, and then somebody forgot to lock the cage. Is
Yeah.
what happened.
They forgot to lock the cages and then the Lions just skinned the Trojan alive.
Yeah, down 20-0. I'm in. Jake Gregorio had a 72-yard touchdown run to pretty much. They thought they caged the Lions. They thought they caged them. And
Yeah.
then not Downers Grove North. And then Lions Township, I'm in, woke up and said, guys, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
And
turned the ball over 5 times in 2 quarters when they didn't do any of that shit before this game.
oh God. That's
And then along came 2 guys by the name of Don Piscotti and Mac Long who flipped the switch. Those two guys connected for all their touchdowns.
wow. Yeah, and the Trojans clearly did not have the right coverage on them for those plays. It was
No.
just yeah, that was a second half meltdown right there for
Yeah,
Donis Grove
like I'm
North.
sorry, but if you're Downers Grove North, you can't blow 20-0 leads and go back to state. I'm sorry.
No, no, you cannot. And they honestly look quite a bit vulnerable right now.
Yeah, we did see that obviously against OPRF, and they only scored 28. And
Yeah.
then they, were able to put it together against York. And then we're just a complete second half no show against Lions Township.
Yeah. That's That's not good. Hopefully, it does not take them downwards the rest of the season. But like we said, they're in
I
the
don't I
tough
don't
part.
think they will. I don't think it will, but you need to keep winning though.
Yeah, you need to keep winning because now like we said before, they're in the tough part of their schedule now.
Yeah. It may hurt their seating a tad bit, but if you keep winning, your seating will be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Next one, down to south, 33, Leiden, 7. Down to south is 5-2.
They're 5-2, and they are playoff eligible. Good for the other Mustang team. And
Yes.
hey, like we said, they need to keep getting some wins here, and they could be right up there with their crosstown rival.
Thankfully, both those teams are in different divisions. Like South is in the gold division and North is in the silver division.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They're in opposite divisions, but it's
Yep.
again, they don't like each other, so one wants to one up the other.
No shit. Next game, York 24, Glenbard West 14. York gets a much needed bounce back win.
Yeah. This was good for them. Needing to get they a lot of people doubted them after they ran into a brick wall in Downers Grove North last week, and again, what a better way to go about trying to pick up your losses and get yourself a nice, comfortable win.
Well, you're also playing, of course, Glenbard West, who's struggling, and I thought they did a good job taking advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah, they needed to do what they needed to do in that one.
Exactly. Next game, Hinsdale Central 64, Proviso West 0.
Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo,
The Devils
hoo.
are still alive for the playoffs, but their schedule is not easy going the rest of the
They
way.
are still alive, but hey, I mean, they got to play, like you said, they play Downers Grove North, so they could take advantage of that one. But that's I'm Red Devils there. That's quite a statement.
I mean, we'll have to see too. Talking about Hinsdale Central. I mean, looking at the rest of their schedule, they got
Yeah.
OPRF coming up,
Yeah.
and then they got Downs Grove North to end the regular season.
What's their record right now? Are they
Currently 3-4. So one more
Oh,
loss and they're out of the playoffs.
yeah, one more loss, they're out. So they need to step it up these next two games here,
I
but
know in Hinsdale Central, we've seen teams pull big wins out of their asses before.
yeah,
That
but they're
week 9
motive.
game could be a game where Hinsdale Central could pull something out of their ass.
It could be. It could be, but will they have the manpower to go up against Downers Grove North? That's to be
We'll have a
determined.
better idea for next week after what happens this week.
Yes, exactly.
Hinsdale South 53, Proviso East 7. Oh my god, a much needed win for the Hornets.
Yeah, they needed this one here. The Hinsdale teams were just beating up on the Proviso teams. They were making quite a statement right there. And Hinsdale South, like we said, they need to keep their playoff hopes alive,
Yep.
and they did just that.
Willowbrook 31, OPRF 14. Willowbrook has won 3 in a row. One more win to be playoff eligible.
Right there, they're right there. They've had quite a second half of their season, and they've
Yep.
kept it going.
Addison Trail 35, Morton 12. Addison Trail being Addison Trail.
Yeah, they were Addison Trail all right, and I believe are they out playoff eligible or are they close to?
Yeah, I believe they are 6-1 right now. Hang on, let me look.
Oh, all right, all
Which
right.
is good.
Yeah, that is very good.
If that Yeah, Addison Trail, they've had some pretty good strong seasons. I mean, last year they made the playoffs for the first time since 2014.
Yeah,
Yep,
and they
Addison
just kept
Trail is 6-1 right now.
and they just keep getting better and better and better, and right now they are on the
Could
cut, and
possibly could
they're right
possibly
there.
go to 8-1.
Very well could be. Very
Their
well
next
could
two
be.
games are against Leiden and Downers Grove South.
Yeah, could very well happen. You never know.
Exactly, which we will touch on that next week too.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. This was a big one. Geneva 28, Wheaton North 24.
Geneva making it very scary against Win North here. I mean, we
It's
took
also the
the
Duquesne Conference. Good game. Here's a fun fact. Wheaton North had a 17-14 lead going into the fourth quarter.
oh
That was the first time ever Wheaton North had a lead going into the fourth quarter. I shit you not, this year.
yeah, they've always been a comeback team. They've always all their wins have been very close, come from behind wins where they've been down quite a bit and then they just rallied late to get that W. And that was the case there in that one.
Yeah, like Wheaton, like I kid you not. Yeah, up 17-14, oh wow, we got a good game going. And then, well,
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
Vikings turn to the Vikings. Troy
Yeah.
Velez for Geneva scored a touchdown to give the Vikings a lead. And then the Falcons took it right back with Nick. Hopefully, I said this right. Shafsma, I apologize if I said that wrong. Shafsma gave the
Mm.
Falcons the lead with the 50-yard TD run. He had 154. He had 154 rushing yards. And
Yeah.
then Michael Romero scored the next touchdown for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings made a big stop late in the game. Taylor, I hope
Mm.
he matured. He played DB this with that. He played DB last week.
All right. All right. Hopefully, hopefully he got himself going in the right direction after a not so good look for him against Batavia, but hey, had himself a nice little bounce back game. He needed
Yep,
it.
he did. Stepped up on defense, and the Vikings got the win. Are 6-0 right now.
They are, and hey, they they may be making some noise in the playoffs, but
We'll
I,
see come the brackets.
yeah, we
You
will
really
definitely,
don't know. We really don't know what these teams have until legitimately the bracket comes out.
yeah, yeah, we really do not know, but it, it more the wins, the more good your seating is going to be.
Exactly. Wheaton South 27, Lake Park 14. Lancers are in trouble.
Yep, Lancers fell down after the highs of the highs last week. They came crashing back down to earth.
They were down 21-7, made it 21-14, and then Wheaton South put it away. Owen York had a night with 203 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns.
Mm,
Lake Park struggled offensively. Their quarterback, George Zemiranis, threw 3 interceptions. Yeah, you ain't gonna
yeesh.
win. You ain't gonna
No,
win a game if you're gonna throw the interceptions.
no, no, you are not going to win any game like that. So, uh, yeah, that was not how the Lancers need to go about it,
Not at
trying to
all.
get themselves back into the playoff conversation.
And now they have to win out, and it's not easy.
No, no, not with that schedule, not in that conference.
Nope. Next one, St. Charles North 34, Glenbar North 14. Panthers are officially eliminated from the playoffs.
Not much of a surprise there. The North Stars needed to do what they needed to do on offense in this one, and they took advantage of it against Glenbar North.
St. Charles North is now 6-1 on the season.
Good for them. Good for them. They needed the season, and they're looking pretty good going into the playoffs.
Yep. Yep. St. Charles North is so far so good.
Hmm.
Glenbard East 49, West Chicago 15.
Oh, God, West Chicago really coming back down to
Why are
earth.
you hurting us like that? Come on. You just need one more win to get into the playoffs.
Hey, God, I, mm, it's not
Well,
good for them.
you look at that game and it was close. It was tied at 7, and then
Yeah.
Amante Cook for Glenbard East had a punt return for a TD to break the tie, and the Rams just opened up the floodgate from there.
Yeah, it's not really the way to go about it. You're one win away from being playoff eligible. Why do you keep torturing them like so?
Yep.
Oh
Well, don't
God.
worry, Matt. You and I both made some bonehead picks and some bonehead decisions last week. Like,
Yeah, we
fucking
made
fine.
quite a bit of them, which was a bit
Yeah, especially
disappointing.
for some games we picked when we didn't realize, oh, this game's on this day. Okay,
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
which we will,
We will definitely.
eat our shit shortly. But yes,
Hmm.
good win for the Rams. They keep doing their thing.
Yep.
Glenbard South with a close 24-21 win over Ridgewood.
That was very close right there. Glenbard
That
South
win
made.
puts the that win puts the Raiders at 5-2 on the year.
Hey, they're right there. They're right there in that playoff mix. They needed that win, and they just barely got it. Just barely.
Yep. Next one. South Elgin 48, Bartlett 25. South Elgin, another team that has come back to life.
Yeah. Hey.
After a 1-3 start, they have won 3 straight and are 4-3, one win away from playoff eligible.
They are right there. They are right there.
That's a team that likes the triple option.
Hey, that triple option's been working pretty good for them during this 3-game win streak.
Yep. Well,
Obviously,
it's
as we
funny
can see.
too. Bartlett Bartlett had a 19-14 lead at halftime, and
Yeah.
then a storm was coming in the fourth quarter, at least. The
Yeah.
Storm was up 27-25 after three, and they scored 21 straight points to put the game away.
Mm, yeah, that's they needed to do it right then and there.
Yep. Next one, Fenton, 56, East Aurora, 20. Not much of a surprise, but good win for Fenton.
Yes. Very, very good win for Fenton. They needed that to get themselves going.
St. Francis, 38, Marian Catholic, 27. Another big win for our teams.
Yeah, St. Francis, they've been playing pissed off these past couple weeks, and obviously against Marian Catholic, took advantage of a weak, easier opponent.
Yes. Next one, IC 40, Marmion 6. Good Lord.
God, yeah, this ain't good for the cadets. Marmion did not look good at all in this one. And I see they're right there with Bennett.
Yeah, IC right now is currently taking a look at their schedule.
Hmm.
Uh, they need to win out to make the playoffs, man.
Yeah, they really need to get
They're
themselves.
currently 3-4 right now,
Mm,
but they kind of need to safely get that fifth win because
yeah,
one of their games this year was won by forfeit.
yep, against De La Salle. So they need to get that. They need to get themselves
Well, I don't
going.
know
And
about no. Bet I see. I don't know about one of their week two opponents, but they were credited to win in week two when their
mm,
opponent forfeited.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
but yeah, I see. Yeah, they just need to win out to make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's all they need to do. But we'll see how well they do with that with just two
Yep.
weeks left and a bunch of other teams hungry for it.
Westmont continues their struggle with
Mm,
a 41-8 loss to Auburn.
yeah,
Yep, not much of a
that's
surprise. Lyle
no,
lost to Hersher 28-7. Not much of a surprise.
no.
Montini with a big win over St. Viator 31-14.
Hey, Broncos needed to do it, and they're right up there still with Bennett as well.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
The good Broncos country.
Yeah, the good
The good Broncos country.
the I like that. The good Broncos country because the Denver Broncos country, it ain't looking good.
No. Yeah, no, it ain't looking so good at all.
Scoreless after the first quarter, and then yeah, that's when
Yep.
the run just started. Broncos jump up 17-0 at half.
Eesh. Yeah.
Next game, and next game, our IHSA games of the week, and this is where we both fucked up last week. Two of our games we picked apparently happened on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, well, we can't do anything from here. No offense.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I can't
But
really do much.
thankfully, Breeze Central and Roxana did not play on Thursday. They played on Friday, and Breeze Central with a dominating 35-6 win.
Breeze Central. Let's ride.
Yep, up 22-6 at the half, and they just kept rolling from there.
Mm-hmm. How they need to do it.
Exactly. Now, Matt, let's get to this week's DuPage games of the week, and boy, do we have an exciting week.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
First one, Naperville Central hosting Sandburg.
Ooh. This is gonna be a close one.
I'm taking Naperville Central in this one. They've proved they can hang with some of the good teams this year. I'm taking Central. The
Yeah,
guys have
especially with the depth that they have proven they can hang with the big boys.
exactly. And Sandburg is coming off a 42-27 loss to Andrew.
Eesh. Who Central beat earlier this
Yeah.
year.
Central definitely is going to definitely study their film, find those weak spots, and take advantage of it. They need to get the points going too.
Yeah, they need to get the points going. Their offense has been pretty decent. Sebastian Hayes, who you covered this week at NCTV, he is just tearing it up.
Yep, exactly. But I'm going to take Naperville Central this one. Next one, Naperville North versus Homewood Flossmoor. Matt, I think we're going to see some fireworks in this game. Defense is going to be optional.
I think defense is going to be very optional. This is going to be a fun game to work. Home at Flossmoor, they need a
Yeah,
win
you
to
got a
make.
front row seat for that game.
Yeah, I do. They need a win to keep themselves playoff eligible, but I'm rolling with Naperville North on this one. Uh
I am too. Yeah,
mhm.
home at Flossmoor is coming off a tough loss last week to Bradley Bourbonnais.
Yeah. Yeah, they need a win to keep themselves going in the playoff hunt, or else it's not looking good for them going into week 9.
Yeah,
But
it is trouble. Yeah, they taking a look at home at Flossmoor. Yeah, they're
yeah.
currently 4-3 on the year. Lost to Bradley Bourbonnais. They got Naperville North and Lockport coming up.
Eesh. Yeah, and Lockport, you cannot sleep on them either.
Sure the record doesn't show, but don't sleep on them.
Nope, not against
But I'm
that run
taking
game.
Naperville North in this game.
I'm going Naperville North too, and they're going to improve themselves in playoff eligibility seeding after this week.
Exactly. Next one, Lincoln Way Central versus Waubonsie Valley. I guess the big question for this game is what kind of Waubonsie Valley team are we going to get?
Yeah, it depends on which offense are we going to get. Are we
Which
going to,
offense for Waubonsie Valley shows up is
yes,
what I'm leaning towards.
yes. And I don't know, Lincoln Way
Because even
Central
because even with Waubonsie's win last week, their offense still showed a few shaky
cracks.
spots.
Yeah, I don't know, but this is at Waubonsie, so they do
Yep,
have a home
both
field.
teams are 4-3 on the year.
Yeah, and Lincoln Way Central, they've had some very tough losses this season
Yeah, like all their losses were by single digits. They lost to Providence Catholic only by 9. They lost to North in overtime.
by 1.
Yep, they also lost to Sandburg by 1.
Yeah. I'm going Lincoln Way Central for this one.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I'm going to take Lincoln Way
Yeah.
Central in this game
I
too.
hate to admit it too, but I'm going with the Knights.
Yeah, it's again,
Hmm.
it depends on what kind of Waubonsie team we're going to get.
Exactly. It really does.
Next game, Bennett versus oh boy, Nazareth Academy.
I'm going Nazareth on this
I'm
one.
sorry, yeah, I got to go with
Yeah,
Nazareth too.
I
As
gotta
long as
go.
Logan Malachuk is still under center for the Roadrunners, yeah, have fun
Yep.
defending him.
Yep. Good luck with that.
Hinsdale South versus Downers Grove North. Hinsdale South is fighting for a playoff spot against a pissed off Downers Grove North team.
Yeah, that Downers Grove North, they are very pissed off, and that's why I'm gonna roll with the Trojans in
Yeah, I'm
this one.
taking the Trojans as well. Sorry, Hinsdale South.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Whiten is fighting for a playoff spot as they take on Addison Trail. Give me those Blazers. Those Blazers are just going to keep rolling.
Yeah, they're just gonna blaze right through opposing defenses. I think they'll have their way.
Here's a big one: York versus Lions Township.
Ooh. Lions Township has all the momentum on their side right now after last week.
But
They
so
have,
does York.
yeah, but I mean, York wasn't able to beat Downers Grove North. Lions Township
No,
was.
exactly.
That's why I'm going with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm going to make a different pick this week. I'm going to roll with York. They get back on
Ooh.
track with the big win over Lions Township.
All right. Oh, we'll see who wins this one tomorrow.
Exactly. Next one: Wheaton South versus Batavia.
I'm going Batavia
I'm
on
going
this one.
Batavia on this one too.
Yeah. Okay, we agreed there.
Yep. Next one. Lake Park is in a do or die situation coming up against, oh boy, St. Charles North.
Give me the North Stars.
Yeah, St. Charles North. They're
They're too
having
good this year.
yeah, they're continuing to do their thing this year. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm taking the North Stars on this one.
Yep. I am taking the North Stars too.
Glenbard East versus Glenbard South. I'm going on the east side for this one.
You're going on the east side. You're going with the Bulldogs or the Rams, I mean.
The Rams. I'm going with the Rams.
Going with the Rams. Okay. I will go with the Rams on this one as well.
Next one, West Chicago versus Riverside Brookfield.
Again, this West Chicago team is just so frustrating to watch.
Yeah.
I'm going, and this is somewhat nostalgia's sake because of my parents going there, but I'm going Riverside Brookfield.
You know what? I'm going to keep my faith and take West Chicago.
Ah, we'll see who wins after this one.
Exactly. Next game, Wheaton Academy versus Aurora Christian.
I'm gonna go Wheaton Academy on this one.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, for sure. Wheaton
Yeah.
Academy has just been on an absolute tear this year, man.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
we're sorry, guys, that we haven't talked to you about y'all that much this year, but we finally get to get you all on a game.
Yeah. I think since like the start of the season, we've gotten them going.
Yeah, Aurora Christian is 5-2 on the year. This should be a good one tomorrow night.
Definitely. Definitely should be.
Yep, and Aurora Christian. Yep, a big. This pretty much will determine how they do in the conference. If Wheaton Academy wins, they're in the driver's seat in the Chicagoland Christian Football Conference.
Indeed they are. Indeed they are.
Next one, DePaul College Prep versus St. Francis.
We'll go with St. Francis on this one.
Okay, okay, I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
St. Francis has been impressive all year, but I definitely see DePaul College Prep giving them some hell. But I'm going to take, yeah, I agree with you on there. St. Francis.
Mm-hmm. I believe they'll do fine.
Our next set of games, our IHSA games of the week, a battle for first place in the Illinois Central 8, two 7-0 teams. Wilmington versus Mantino.
Oof. Ah, this is gonna be a fun one. Wilmington is such a big football community.
Oh, you've seen their intros, right? To their games?
Yeah. Yeah, those are
They're fucking electric.
yeah. Uh you know what? I'm gonna go Wilmington. I'm gonna go Wildcats on this one.
I'm going to go Wilmington as well. They're coming off a big 21-14 win over Coal City. I see them keeping the momentum going.
So do I.
Yep. Next one, a Black Diamond Conference Classic. Johnston City versus Cesar Valier, Waltonville.
Oh boy. Pat, I'm just gonna let you take it from here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm in this. Johnston City is always one of those schools down in Southern Illinois that just loves to,
Yeah.
they're just, I really don't know what to say about this team. Like,
No.
they're 6-1 right now in the year. Their only loss was to Dixon, but of course, Dixon's a good team. Johnson
Yeah.
City loves that offense. Though their only closest game they had this year was a 14-0 win over El Dorado or El
Yeah.
Dorado. Hopefully, I said that right. But don't sleep on this Cesar Valier Waltonville team.
No. No, don't
They are
sleep on them at
currently
all.
7-0 right now, and
Yeah.
they
Good.
dropped 40. They dropped 40 last week on El Dorado. You know what, Matt? I'm gonna go lean more towards Cesar Valier
All right. All
for
right.
Johnson City.
I think I may go with you on that one too, based off what you're sharing. I'm going with Cesar Valley on this one.
Yep. Next one, a big time matchup in the Southwest Prairie West Division.
Mm,
Manuka versus Oswego.
I'm going I'm going Oswego on this one.
I was just gonna say, with how good Oswego's been this year, like
Yeah.
this has been a very impressive Oswego team.
Yeah, that defense.
We
Oh
just
God.
need to see which Oswego team shows up in the playoffs. That's my only thing.
Yeah, in the regular season, they're just lube them up with baby oil. They are just a thing of beauty, but in the playoffs,
Yep.
they got to keep the consistency going.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Oswego on this one. Next one, the big Northern Championship game: Byron versus Dixon.
Oh boy. Two teams out in the northwest area of Illinois.
Yep,
Um,
and Byron's always up there for always up there in 3A.
yeah, that they are.
Yep,
I'm gonna go Byron for
I'm gonna
this
go
one.
Byron as well. This should be a good one. Both teams are 7-0. Both teams love offense. I
Yep.
mean, look at Byron: 56 week 1, 49 week 2, 41 week 3, 71
Yeah.
week 4, 49 week 5, 52 week 6, 64 week 7.
Oh God. Yeah, they are
And
just gonna
Dixon, I'm sure it's the same thing.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. 56 week 1, 35 week 2, 63 week 7, 40 week 4. Or, sorry, 63 week 3, 40 week 4, 56 week 5, 71 week 6, and 40 week 7 against Johnson City. So I
Yeah.
guess whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win the game. And I feel like Byron's going to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a turnover battle for sure. So that'll definitely be a fun one, but I'm still going with Byron on this one.
Same. All right, Matt. That'll do it for our games. Now let's go on to our team of the week. Matt, who's your team of the week this week?
Ah, God. Um, whew, there's a lot of good teams to pick from here in this one. Um, you know what? I'm gonna go Willowbrook, my team of the week. They've
Oh
been
yeah,
good.
no, they've been a hot team lately, and I love what they're doing. I'm gonna take Addison Trail. This team's
Yeah.
been clicking.
Yeah, they have been clicking very nicely. A lot of these teams have nice feel good stories to them at the end of the season, trying to get ready for the playoffs. And
Yep,
Willowbrook and Addison Trail.
I love this Addison Trail team, and they're just gonna keep rolling.
Exactly. They are. They're just gonna keep chugging along.
And that wraps up the show. Matt, another good episode of the DuPage Run and Shoot. Week 8 is
Mm,
upon us. We're in for a good
yeah.
week 8, dude.
Yeah, we are definitely in for an exciting one. Should be fun to see which teams are playoff eligible and which teams are stuck in a bit of a hole after tomorrow night.
Exactly. It's going to be
Hmm.
fun. It's going to be another fun night of football. You got home at Flossmoor versus Naperville North. I got
Yeah.
Naperville Central versus Sandburg. Two excellent games right there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one for sure.
Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning into the DuPage Run and Shoot. We will see you next time.